Okay, so get this. What if you could actually see a photo from a past life? Not just imagine it, but have an actual image.
Oh, wow.
That's what this new app, Past Life Photo Revealer, is claiming to do.
Interesting.
And we're diving into this article today all about it. So it's definitely tapping into this thing that we humans seem like obsessed with.
Yeah, totally.
This idea that we've lived before and maybe those past lives hold clues about who we are now.
Absolutely.
And the article really plays up the mystery. It talks about this app using cutting-edge AI, specifically something called Sun Intelligence 4.0, to create these photos based on your birthday.
Wow.
So should we believe the hype?
Well, let's unpack it.
Okay.
First of all, Sun Intelligence 4.0.
Okay.
It's described as going beyond typical AI. Almost like it's tapped into a higher consciousness or something.
Yeah, the whole article has this mystical tone to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's where it gets interesting.
Okay.
And where we need to apply some critical thinking.
Okay.
The app supposedly analyzes 3 things.
Okay.
To generate your past life photo, your astral data map,
Hold on.
historical archives,
Astral data map.
and your individual energy signature.
What even is that?
Good question.
Like,
The article doesn't really explain it,
really?
which is a bit of a red flag.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder if they're just throwing around fancy-sounding terms to make it seem more credible.
Yeah, like maybe they're hoping we won't ask too many questions because it sounds so complicated.
It's possible.
Yeah.
And then there's the whole energy signature thing.
Right.
What are they even measuring?
Yeah.
Is this something that can be scientifically quantified?
It makes me think of those aura photos you see at like New Age fairs.
Yeah.
But this app claims to be based on hard science, right?
That's the claim.
Okay.
They toss around terms like quantum neural networks and deep data algorithms, which, to be fair, are actual concepts in AI research.
Okay, so there's some basis in reality.
Right.
But connecting it to past lives seems like a huge leap.
Right. Let's break it down a bit.
Okay.
Quantum neural networks, for example, are a theoretical type of AI that could potentially process information in radically different ways than our current computers.
So hypothetically, a powerful enough computer could analyze massive amounts of data in ways we can't even comprehend yet.
Potentially, yes.
Okay.
But even then,
Yeah.
how do you go from analyzing data to generating a photo of someone's past life?
Yeah.
The article is pretty vague on that part.
And what about these historical archives they're supposed to be analyzing? How would those even factor into it?
That's another piece of the puzzle.
Yeah.
That's unclear. Are they suggesting they have access to some secret database of historical photos?
Right.
Or are they using facial recognition to match people from the past
Interesting.
to present day users?
It's all very mysterious.
Yeah.
And then there's the creator of this app, Srinidhi Ranganathan. The article calls him a digital marketing legend and a human AI.
Wow.
Kind of a strange title, don't you think?
It definitely seems like they're trying to build up his credibility and create a sense of awe around him.
Yeah.
Human AI.
Like he's...
It almost sounds like a superhero name.
Right. Like he's some kind of tech visionary who's cracked the code of consciousness or something.
Yeah.
But is there any substance behind the hype?
Well, that's what we're here to figure out.
Okay.
The article doesn't go into detail about his background or his credentials. It's all very surface level.
So we've got this mysterious tech.
Yeah.
A vaguely defined premise. And a creator who's shrouded in mystique.
Right.
It's almost like they're deliberately trying to keep us in the dark.
It wouldn't be the first time a tech company has used marketing tactics to generate buzz and intrigue.
Right.
But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Okay.
Before we judge this app as a complete hoax,
Yeah.
let's dig a little deeper into its claims.
All right, so let's put on our skeptical hats and see if we can separate fact from fiction.
Okay.
What does the article say about how this app is actually supposed to work?
Well, the article dives into some pretty bold claims about what this app can do. It's not just about seeing a cool picture of yourself in a powdered wig or a toga.
Right. It suggests this tech can be used for self-discovery, healing past traumas, even aiding historical research.
And it's that part that really makes you go, hold on a second. Is this even remotely possible?
I mean, I'm all for a bit of self-reflection, but The idea that a photo from a supposed past life could unlock deep-seated psychological issues seems like a stretch.
It does raise some eyebrows, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Think about it this way.
Okay.
Traditional therapy often involves years of digging into your childhood, your relationships, the experiences, to suggest that a single image could bypass all that is, well, it's quite a claim.
And what about the historical research angle?
Right.
Are they suggesting historians can now ditch the archives and just start plugging birth dates into this app?
It seems a bit far-fetched, doesn't it?
Yeah.
The article mentions the app having access to vast historical databases, but it's unclear what those databases actually contain.
Right.
Even if they did have access to a comprehensive collection of historical photos, how would they even begin to match those photos to individual users based on their birth date?
It all sounds a bit like science fiction, to be honest.
There's definitely a sense of future is now hype in the article, but I think it's important to separate the potential of the technology from the specific claims being made.
Okay, so let's play devil's advocate for a moment.
Okay.
Let's say hypothetically that this Sun Intelligence 4.0 IS, as advanced as they claim, could there be any legitimate applications for this kind of technology?
That's an interesting question.
Yeah.
Even if it's not about seeing past lives.
Right, exactly.
If we strip away the mystical language and focus on the core idea of analyzing vast amounts of data to uncover hidden patterns and connections, there could be some intriguing possibilities.
Like what? Give me an example.
Well, imagine if this technology could analyze medical records, genetic data, lifestyle choices, and environmental factors to predict health risks.
Right.
Or identify personalized treatment plans.
Yeah.
That's something that's already being explored in the field of AI.
Right.
And it has the potential to revolutionize healthcare.
That makes sense. So the technology itself might have merit, but it's the application to past lives that's questionable.
Exactly. And I think that's the key takeaway here.
Okay.
It's important to be critical consumers of information, especially when it comes to new and emerging technologies.
Right.
We need to ask the tough questions.
Yeah.
Separate the hype from the reality. And consider both the potential benefits and the potential risks.
Okay. I'm getting that.
Yeah.
Don't believe everything you read, especially when it comes to tech.
Right.
That sounds too good to be true.
Exactly.
But this article goes even further. It claims this Sun Intelligence 4.0 is just the beginning.
Yeah.
They talk about it leading to even wilder tech.
Right.
That will, and I quote, change the world as we know it.
It's certainly a bold statement.
Yeah.
And one that's hard to ignore.
Right.
It taps into our fascination with the future and the potential of technology to solve our problems, cure diseases, and even transcend our current limitations.
I'll admit, it's kind of exciting to think about.
Yeah.
What if we could travel to past lives?
Yeah.
Or communicate with people from different time periods?
Right.
Where does it end?
It does spark the imagination, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But again, I think it's crucial to temper that excitement with a healthy dose of skepticism. Extraordinary claims require extraordinary evidence.
Right.
And as of right now, there's simply not enough information to support these grand pronouncements.
So what's the bottom line here?
Right.
Is this app a harmless bit of fun?
Yeah.
A potential breakthrough? Or something we should be wary of?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
Right.
And unfortunately, there's no easy answer.
Yeah.
The truth probably lies somewhere in the gray area between those extremes.
Okay.
What's clear is that this technology and the claims being made about it raise some fascinating questions about artificial intelligence.
Okay.
The nature of consciousness and our insatiable desire to understand the mysteries of our existence.
I think that's a great way to put it. We've gone from a seemingly simple app to pondering some pretty deep philosophical questions.
It is.
That's the beauty of these deep dives.
Good.
You never know where they'll take you.
That's right.
But before we get too lost in the existential weeds, let's bring it back to our listeners.
Okay.
What's the one thing you'd want them to take away from this deep dive?
I think the biggest takeaway here is even if this past life photo revealer app turns out to be more hype than reality, it points to like a really deep human need.
Absolutely. It's about the search for meaning.
Yeah.
This yearning to understand who we are.
Right.
And where we fit into the grand scheme of things.
Well, it's like even if the technology isn't there yet,
yeah,
the very idea that it could exist is so captivating.
Right.
We're drawn to the mystery of past lives, to the possibility that there's more to our story than just this one lifetime. And that's where it gets really fascinating.
Yeah.
Because even if we could prove scientifically that reincarnation exists,
yeah,
would that satisfy our curiosity?
that's a good question.
Or would it just lead to more questions?
Whoa. That's deep.
Right?
I mean, imagine you did get a photo from a past life.
Yeah.
Would you suddenly understand yourself better?
Right.
Or would it just make you question everything you thought you knew?
It's a thought experiment worth considering, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if the photo revealed a past life that completely contradicted your current values or beliefs?
Yeah.
Would you try to reconcile those two versions of yourself?
Oh, wow.
Or would it create a sense of dissonance?
Okay.
A feeling of being a stranger to yourself?
That's a bit mind-bending.
It is.
But I guess that's the point, right?
Right.
This whole topic pushes us to think beyond our usual boundaries.
Yeah.
To question our assumptions about reality and identity.
Exactly. And whether you believe in past lives or not.
Right.
I think this deep dive has highlighted something crucial.
Okay.
About being human. We're driven by a fundamental need to make sense of the world.
Right.
To find our place in it. To understand the bigger picture.
Yeah.
And that search for meaning.
Right.
Can lead us down some pretty fascinating paths.
Totally agree. We've gone from a seemingly silly app to discussing quantum physics, the nature of consciousness,
It's amazing.
and the very essence of what it means to be human.
Right.
That's the beauty of these deep dives. You never know where they'll take you.
It's the journey that matters, not just the destination.
Right.
And sometimes the most unexpected discoveries happen when we venture outside of our comfort zones and embrace the unknown.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
Yeah.
So to wrap things up, let's leave our listener with a final thought to ponder.
Okay.
If you could see a photo from a past life, would you? And what do you think it would reveal about you?
Good question.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Of course.
And we'll see you next time for another exploration into the fascinating world of ideas.